Hello, my friends. Well, I have something exciting today. I met up with a friend yesterday, and she, having found out that I collect vintage fabrics, brought me a ton of stuff. And I thought you might enjoy seeing what it is. So one of the things she brought me was a bunch of denim. You know, I love getting jeans from Goodwill and then making them into things. This is cool because she also made things, but she's kind of clearing out some stuff. And so we've got all kinds of different colors of denim, which is cool. Let's see what else we have. This is cool because it has some seams I can use. That's kind of fun. So what do you guys like to make with denim? I mean, obviously this is really nice worn material, so it'll be really nice to stitch into. I have discovered I have a lot of black material, and I'm trying to think of what I would want to do with it. I don't sew a lot with black, but you know, if you got the material, I have to think about it. I do have some embellishments and things that would really pop on black, so perhaps I will make a dark little journal. Oh, this feels so good. Yeah, it definitely wants to be something. Let's see, we've got just kind of standard pockets. If they had embellishments, that's always fun to use. I'll tell you what though, this one piece of denim, I'm saving out. It is so perfectly worn and it wants to become something, I'm just telling you. Maybe a little book. All right, so that was the first group of stuff. It was just all of this denim, which I am excited about because, you know, that's a good basic fabric that I can use for all kinds of projects. You, my lovely, are going to stay here. Okay, then we got into Miss Liz's collection. So Liz apparently was a woman up in Boston, connected with my friend. And there's just a lot of little treasures, and I knew you guys would appreciate them. So let's look and see what we've got from Miss Liz and her collection. That's fun. That could be a strap on a bag or who knows what. So there's lots of bits and bobs, as one might say. There's a little gathered ruffle. It's a really pretty little fabric. So there's some trims, some dingle dangles even, some great old lace. Let me move to the side so you can see some of it. Oh, I know it. We can use that denim so you can see my lace. Look at that. That's such a pretty pattern. I also just got a rather overwhelming amount of trims and things from an estate sale. I don't think I'm going to do a video of it because honestly it's just too much, but I did get a lot of laces and trims, and so I am now very equipped with laces and trims, which I love because they add everything. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That could be a really pretty page in something, or I have to think about that. I don't know. It has a few different uses. Love this. Love the tassel. The tassel has kind of gotten wild, but that's all right. Figure it out. Some dusty pink, which I don't work with a lot, but it's such a great color. It goes with a lot of things. This is a little loop. It must have been a hanging or something. Oh, it has two little loops. More of that. Let's see. So I've got a couple lengths of this. I've got more of this kind of rope. So I will braid this with other things to make a purse strap. It works so well for that. And also I just discovered that bias tape. I got a ton of bias tape also from this lady's sale, and I can braid them together into purse straps. I mean, you can use them obviously for lots of things, but oh, look at that pretty little lace. I love I love having little bits of trim because, you know, it's fun to use. A little bit more of the white. This is some kind of Is this yeah, okay, so these are elastic bands. I don't know what I'll use that for. I have a box going that I'm giving to Goodwill of stuff that I don't really use. I might put that in that box. I've kind of discovered that if I can recycle as I go, it's probably better than stashing a bunch of stuff I'm not going to use. That's a pretty little double lace. Has a stain, but of course we do not really care about that. Another pretty little lace. Yeah, lots of lace. Let's see if, oh, look at this piece. This, I believe, is hand done. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? I have to come up with something really special to use that piece on. Here, I want you to be able to enjoy the whole thing. There we go. Isn't that just beautiful? That's hand done. I'm pretty certain. Apparently the woman and her mother and grandmother were really incredible tatted lace people. Actually, I believe she learned from her grandfather, which I thought was really cool and interesting. We've got some eyelet. We've got some yellow eyelet. Oh my goodness, that would make the perfect little dolly skirt, wouldn't it? That's really precious. I may have some little girls in my life who need a dolly made with that. Oh, and then look at this. Okay, so this is the top of a slip. My friend had used the bottom for something else, but look at this tatted lace. Isn't that amazing? So these pieces, which are the top of this slip, are this tatted lace, and then I guess this would be the straps. So these pieces of lace definitely I can use for something. I love that. And then we've got this really wonderful light kind of cotton material and a ribbon on there. Some more kind of old lace. That's probably, I think that's machine done. This is so sweet. Look, just the edge is done on this. I really love that. That is really pretty. More elastic. Little ruffle. And again, on that, just the fabric is cool, and the little stitching on that is kind of cool. And a little more. Lots of different kinds of eyelet. Eyelet was such a thing. I don't know. Okay, I'm freaking out a little bit that vintage now includes like the 90s. Is anybody else going like, wait, what? Oh my word. But anyway, or even maybe 2000, I don't know. Does it have to be 30 years? I think it's 30 years. So that is lovely. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know what I'll use this for. I mean, it's so delicate. I don't really use big crocheted things for a lot of stuff. If you do, let me know in the comments. I mean, obviously I can just leave it and use it, but if I wanted to put it in something. Okay, now we have a little bag. Let me just pull out of here if there's anything interesting in here. I see a tiny little piece of lace. Okay, maybe not as tiny as I thought. There we go. Oh, wow. Look at that design. I always love it when I come across lace that I've really not seen something quite like it before. That's very pretty. This little tiny pieces make such a great decoration. Oh, well, that's just fun. Fringe, fringy fringe. We got another tassel. This one is in better shape than the other one. Some seriously neon green yarn. Who even knows what that might be part of? Then a little bit of bias tape, and that's a very vibrant color. Yeah, I mean, that's an well, no, it's not. It's just a ribbon. That's cool. Okay. And then we've got wow, like a really old rotary cutter. Or no, what's that called? It's not a rotary cutter. It's not sharp. My mom used to use one of these. I feel like you would mark stuff with it. I'm not totally sure. Tell me in the comments what it is. A little piece of pink. Something off of something. Okay. One last group. This little bin. Okay, first of all, I wish I had Feel-O-Vision, because this is literally the softest thing like I've ever touched. I think it may have to join this piece of fabric in some kind of slow stitching situation. All right, then she had a whole bunch of, this is fun material, just material, okay? So we've got some different colors that have been cut, I think, for Suffolk puffs, like big ones, so that's fun. We've got this really cool little piece of red fabric, and she's like, it's just a little piece. I'm like, no, this is exactly what me and my people like. Just a tiny remnant of soldiers. This guy's dressed in soldier outfit, and so is that guy, and these people are having a little stroll along the river. I don't even know, but it's cool. I like it. So that goes in my fabrics. I will sort these and put them in with their colors. Giant Suffolk puff. Might use it as it is. Might deconstruct. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, a few more laces. That's pretty. Very lovely. Okay. Oh, look at this one. Oh my goodness. Isn't that beautiful? That is so unique and beautiful. I love that. That'll go in a journal, or that'll be a feature. This is just interesting. Another little trim. This little design on it. Very old. Love this. Such pretty color. It's kind of peachy pink. It almost looks like it was dyed. Might have been. That's really pretty. I like that. Let's see, a little piece of eyelet. Little piece of lace. Again, isn't that beautiful? This hand-done lace is pretty amazing. She told me that she knew the person who made this, so that's pretty cool. Oh, look at that. Again, like to wrap around a journal cover or something, that way it really stands out. Or it could be a feature on a bigger piece. You know, and maybe that's what I'm going to use some of my black fabric for. That's a great way to really display a piece of lace or crochet or, you know, anything like that. That's a good idea. Ooh, it's more of my favorite. Isn't it great when you have a tiny, tiny scrap and then you're like, oh, I just found some more of it. Because then I can use it and not be sad that it's gone now. This is insanely old lace. Wow. Oh my goodness, the age in it. Rust stains probably from I'm guessing if there was a pin in it. Has that all throughout, but I do not mind. Look at that little detail of the flowers. Wow. I love the skill that these people had, and I love that instead of getting tossed out, this is all going to be enjoyed. Little bit of trim that was in the middle of a garment and was rescued. I really love that. Oh, those are cute flowers. They're those little eyelet flowers. And I love the little stitching on there. We have a little yellow doily. And again, I think these were dyed by hand because it has a little bit of a green tint and yellow, so that's kind of cool. This pretty doily. Now this one I will probably trim up so I can use each of these individually. We'll see. Because again, that size, probably not going to use, but this size I will use over and over on a million projects. Oh, look at this one. Yeah, I mean, same with this. Even though it's so pretty as it is, I just probably won't use it. But these center pieces, I have to look at how I could trim that out without destroying the design of it. We'll see. Might leave it by how it is, or do bigger pieces of it. Another purple. This is popular. I have a spool of this kind of crochet thread, and I love that because it's such a popular color. Another very old piece of lace. I don't know if you can make out, but there's little stitched flowers there and a little bit of raised stitching around it. That's beautiful. Another little piece of lace. Each little beauty gets its moment. Oh my goodness, look at this. I mean, really. Yeah, this is a little more. I have one small piece. So, wow, now I have more of that. That is just gorgeous. It's fun to be able to match up pieces so that you know you have a little more. Now, this is just interesting. It's made out of, it's like very stiff, almost like a twine. I have to look into that. Lace made of twine, because that's really what this feels like. But it has such a cool look. That's very fun. All right, a few more bibs and bobs I gotta show you. So this one has a made in China little, but it's still old. You know, just because something is made in China doesn't mean it's not vintage or even antique. So that's pretty. I love this because you can stitch in the middle of these, or you can fold it around something, you know. Lots of ways to use something like that. Same with this. Oh, this is cool. So this would make a great little flap on a purse. That would be really pretty, and especially with a fabric under it where you want it to show through. Oh, this is like a silk dyed, just silk ribbon. It feels so nice, and it's wired, which, I mean, is kind of hard to deal with in some ways, but we'll see. I mean, having some structure means you can do some different things with it. That's really cool. We have several of these. So, and my friend had actually made a skirt, and she appliqued one of those pieces. I'm not sure if I can find it. Yeah, here. She appliqued one of these on a handkerchief. Isn't that cool? So that was cool. And I love that it's on this gauzy fabric. You know, with gauzy fabric, you can always lay it over something that's really bright, and it tones it down. So that's kind of fun. So that gives me an idea of even how I might want to use it. But she gave me also several of these vintage hankies, and that is very cool. I'm going to put this with my fabrics. Well, actually, this will go in my hankies. You have everything sorted too, I'm sure. Okay, let's look at a few more hankies. These are cool. We've got, and I just love how diaphanous they are. Isn't that pretty? And this one has some just stitching, probably machine stitch, but around the edges. So it just has a cool texture to it. We've got one in these colors. That's pretty. And I love using hankies like this as a pocket in a journal. And I'll usually leave them whole. And that way in the future, if somebody else wants to use it for something else, they can. I like that. You know, I think that's part of being not only a user of vintage textiles, but in some sense a curator of them. Because, you know, sometimes it's damaged and you can, you know, cut it up or whatever. But sometimes if it's whole and it looks great, you know, you can fold it, and then, you know, you might fold it like this, fold it over, then like this, and then it becomes a page with a pocket in a journal, and it's still there. So lots of browns. I don't use a lot of brown, but, you know, I could, especially having a number that'll go together. All right, so all of those hankies, that's very cool. Another one of these little guys that look in the same dye batch as the other. Oh, this is pretty. Another one of these. And again, I mean, yeah, that's a good use for my dark denim or my dark fabric, is to let these little ones pop. Oh, that's so sweet. Look at those tiny little flowers. Isn't that pretty? I love that. All right, what else do we have? We have some rope. So, again, purse straps and lace, which I will probably, I braid them, you know, so I almost always have 3 layers of something in one of my purse straps. A little Suffolk puff, that's awfully cute. And she's gonna go right into my little bag of Suffolk puffs. Or I have a bin on my desk, a little, not a bin, it's a little bowl. Oh, that's really pretty. I think this is right side up because it has some texture there. I hope I'm not going too fast or too slow. It's hard to know when you got a huge pile of stuff. That is beautiful. A little crocheted lace. Look at this. I'm just going to leave it how it is. It's all wound up. but just a littlest, tiniest lace. Still on its card. That is beautiful. Another little ancient piece of card. I don't know. Kate's influencing me. I may have to keep it and put it in a journal or something. Look at that. I mean, these laces are so tiny. I'm going to imagine this one is machine done. I don't know. How in the world did they work so in such tiny, tiny things? Amazing. This is just kind of cool. It's like, I don't know, it's less ornate, which is very cool. And it has all kinds of rust stains on it, which again, cool. Love that. A little piece of very delicate lace. I'm speeding up, I know, because I don't want it to take forever, but that's pretty. I love that little design. I see that a lot. More cording. This is just a fun flower. I'll put this in with my Christmas stuff because that would make a great accessory. I found some velvet in this other collection that I got, and I kind of put it all together. Let's see. Oh, those are cute buttons. Aren't those sweet? Little pink buttons. Lovely. Sometimes you can look on them and it has a date. I found some pieces, they were like 2005, but again, that's practically vintage at this point, which is ridiculous. How can something in the 2000s be almost vintage? No. All right, look at that. Goodness. Look at that stitching. Even if it's a machine, what in the world? And there's quite a bit of this, which I'm very excited about because that's really lovely. This is a true collection of lace. Like, this is a curated kind of collection. Right? Just look at that. I absolutely feel so blessed to have been given this collection. My friend had been asking, can we meet up? And I didn't even know she had anything for me. And then she's like, I'm bringing you some things. This is cool. It's hard to see, I think, but it has a really pretty design in there. And my goodness, when she started pulling things out, I could not believe it. Oh, that's so sweet. That'll make a great little addition. So will that. Oh, look at how intricate that is. Amazing antique lace. Oh my goodness. Oh, those are really cute little buttons. Tiny bit. It's already stitched down, but look at that. Can you see that? Oh my goodness. I mean, each one of these feels to me like a tiny little work of art. You know, that's how I feel about this lace. This is just a kind of more basic one. But again, like putting this over a brighter element, you know, something that's really bright can kind of reduce it. Got a lot of this black lace, and again, you know, I don't use a lot of black, but we'll see. I'm going to think about it because I've got quite a few darker pieces. Ooh, this is cool. It's just a really bright trim. That would be fun on something. More black here. Black needs to go on my gray background. Yeah, so a little applique that I can for sure use. Oh, how fun is this? It is an embroidered, oh, look at the backstory on that one. Okay, so it's machine embroidered little piece of denim. That is going with this little project that's happening. I don't even know what it's going to be, but it's so happening. A little bit more fabric. I love it. They're like bandanas that have been made into Suffolk puffs. Super cool. Oh, how fun. These are little beads on wire, ready for a fun project. We have some green and blue trim. Let's see what else. Oh, look at this antique lace. I think like maybe part of a collar. Yeah. That is just beautiful. Wow. And a few more doilies. That little baby. Let's see. We'll have a few friends. This one's been cut, but as we well know, that's not an issue. They're not all the same. Let's see. Those are These three are the same. This is a different design. Let's see, that's all of that kind. A few more buttons. I'm really digging these buttons. They're really cute. Oh, look at that little beauty. She's gorgeous. A couple of points on, I mean, really, isn't that just like looks like a butterfly? It's not, but I could definitely make it into one. Yep, you want to be a butterfly. I think you're going to come be a part of that project. Some twine to couch on. That's cool. Let's see. Oh, one more ancient. Not ancient. Oh, this has a ton of needles in it. All right, I'm going to pull those to the side. That is just cool. This piece of lace, it's kind of a weird shape, which is fabulous. Isn't that cool? All right, we've got this little baby. That's cute. Little great trim. Some ribbons. And one little that. Can you tell I'm at the end? One last thing. A tiny crocheted yellow flower. You, baby, are going on one of my projects. That is the amazing collection that I received from my friend. Thank you, Nan, for these treasures. I am going to have so much fun with them and probably sharing them with some other people. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you have a couple treasures tucked away today that you can enjoy. As always, I would love to see what you do. Please feel free to follow me on Instagram, and that way I can see the things that you're posting too. I hope that you have a fabulous day of creativity, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.